Hi, and welcome to Life Preparations with Dorcas. Today, still on the series, we're going to be talking about goal setting. How to set goals that you can actually achieve. And we're going to be using the wheel of life, the different aspects of our life, to set these goals. We're going to use family, recreation and fun, personal development, social capital, business, finances, health, legacy, and spiritual life. Now, the spiritual life, usually in the picture, you see that it's in the middle because it holds all the others together. And you're going to use this to review, first of all, your life, to know where you are at the moment. You're going to, if you're checking spiritual now, you're going to check your walk with God. How did it go? If you're talking about legacy, you're going to talk about how has your life moved forward? How has it moved the kingdom of God forward? If you are no more here, how have you impacted the people that are around you, your social capital, your mentor, your coach, the people you have learned from, your personal development, the books you have read, the podcasts you have listened to, things that edify you, talking about your health. How has your health been this year? Have you lost some weight? How are you feeling generally about your health? Recreation and fun. Did you take out time to just have some fun, or you were always serious? Your business. Now, if you're not a business person, we'll be talking about your career. How has it been? If you're a business person, how have you fared this year? If you're a family person, you're married with children. Even if you're not married, you come from a family, you have brothers, you have sisters. How did you fare with your siblings, your parents, your children? All these areas are the areas we're talking about. Your finances, how did it go? Did you spend money? Did you save money? Did you set out to even achieve a particular amount to be saved at the end of the year? All these things are the things you're going to be reviewing. Okay? These 9 areas. After you have reviewed that, now the next step is to ask, what worked? What didn't work? Now, anything that didn't work is still fine. Don't judge yourself. Just take out the lessons and move. Remember, #we move. Take out the lessons and move. The ones that worked, sit down and think, what did you do? What structures did you put in place that made it to work, right? If it worked. Now, the next is imagination. I want you to imagine the different areas of your life at its best. In fact, I don't know where Nigerians got that word from. Bestest, best. Okay? Best. In the different areas of your life. And imagine you living in those areas as the best version of you. I want it to be the highest form of your creative thinking, because I need this to be the, like when you just think about it, you just smile. Do you understand? That's what I want. Think about it. It's free. Now, after you have done that, remember, God is able to surpass that imagination, because Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20 tells us that God is able to do much more than we can even ask or imagine. Okay? So, after you've done that, the next thing is that now you are going to sit down and set the goals. Now, before you think about setting the goals, we are going to ensure that we set it properly. And that's why at the beginning we said we're going to tell you how to set goals that you can actually achieve. So we are going to make our goals SMART goals. Now, whatever your goal will be, it has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be actionable, it has to be realistic, and it has to be time bound. So You can't just say, I want to have money by the end of the year. It's not specific. You want to have money. There's money in naira, dollars, pounds, euros. In what denomination, what currency do you want to have the money? Now, you're going to also specify the amount, because that's going to make it measurable. I want to have $1 million. I want to have 1 billion euro. I want to have like that. You say it. Now, the action. What action are you going to take to be able to have that money? Right? If, for example, you want to save, you're going to say, I save, for example, $10,000 so in every month to be able to save, maybe if we have said 1 billion at the end of 2025. Now that's your action. Your action is saving. If your action is not saving, you can mention whatever you will do, but there should be a doing. Now you have to make it realistic. When I say realistic, it should be something that should stretch you, but it shouldn't break you, because if it breaks you, who are we going to see to achieve the goal? So we need you to be alive. We need you healthy and strong, right? To achieve that thing. Let it stretch you. Stretch your mind. Stretch your creativity. Let it stretch your thinking. Let it stretch the things that have been lying dormant. Let it awaken them. And that does not mean that you shouldn't put your faith to work, because when I say realistic, somebody will tell me, oh, it doesn't mean. Hello and Happy New Year. My name is Dorcas and I'm thrilled to invite you to Abuja Children's Prayer 10. It's going to be happening on the 1st of February 2025 and the time is 9 a.m. The venue is Christian Teaching Center, plot 126 off Balakona Street. It is after the Kado Fish Market's Life Camp Extension, Abuja, Nigeria. I am inviting every parent, uncle, auntie, teacher, young person, as far as you have children around you, or you're hoping to have children, or you're still trusting God for children. Everyone is invited. Let them come. Let us all come. Let the children come. Let them pray to God for themselves and by themselves, as we the parents support them in these prayers. See you there. I shouldn't use my faith. You should also use your faith. Okay? But remember, the Bible talks about show me your faith, remember, and your works. You know the remaining, so you should complete it. They need to marry. There should be a handshake between your faith and your works. Now, the next is time bound. You need to give it a time. So, if it's for 2025, you say so amount for 2025. I use that because it's really easy. Now you can go into the 9 areas: your family, your recreation, your personal development, social capital, your business, finances, health, legacy, spiritual, like that, and now begin to set your goals. Because remember, we have imagined you in that place already, right? Now we want to bring it to reality so you can achieve it. Okay? Now you have set your goals. Remember, this shouldn't be something that you do in a hurry. Take your time. Take your time. You need to check out our video about where we talked about the eagle and so many other strategies that would help you do this calmly and nicely, right? Now, the next thing is to think about the ways you're going to achieve it. Remember, anything that you're going to do that you do not incorporate into your daily routine may be very, very difficult to achieve, because when you put it in your daily routine, you are doing it small. In Nigeria, we do small. You're doing it little by little. Remember, compound effect. It's this, the little is going to compound and become so big. So to achieve these goals that we have written down, you must make sure it impacts your daily routine. And let me say here that God forbid is not a strategy. If God forbids it, you should also work to forbid it. Okay? Now, incorporate it into your daily life, because that will direct us to where you're going to achieve your goal. Now, the next thing is that you would pray, because prayer, like I said, if you check the wheel of life, spiritual is in the middle, so it holds everything together. So you pray about it. The next, you pick one family. What meaningful thing can you do daily to see that you achieve whatever you have written? For example, you can say, I will have meaningful time with the kids. Meaningful time, you will set it as 1 hour 30 minutes. Meaningful time would mean there will be no phone distraction, there will be no television distraction. Whatever it means, you're having a good time with the children, you are bonding, you are talking, and just having a nice time. You know, it's very easy to say, I'll have time with the children, and then you are doing some work on the computer, the child comes and he says, mommy or daddy, and the child goes. So think about that. Now, the next thing, you're going to find out how you're going to motivate yourself into achieving this thing. Are you going to listen to a podcast or a sermon or read a book? Whatever you need to do daily that will remind you and put your daily goals before you is what you are going to do, because we want to achieve what we have said, right? What we have written. Now, the next thing is that you will make sure that you put your goals written clearly where you can see it. I remember then when I started having a relationship, you hear people say, out of sight is out of mind. Like, you haven't called the person in a while, so because it just felt like you didn't think about the person since you couldn't see the person. So we are going to be strategic about placing our goals in places we can see, right? If you need to take a screenshot of it and put it on your phone, maybe as a wallpaper or as anything that you know you would always see that will remind you, do that, because you need to go forward on a daily basis. It's going to be daily, and at the end of a week you can decide to review. The way I do with my children's school, I make sure that weekly I review with the teachers. Where are we? What can we do in the next week, in the coming week? So you can decide to review weekly, monthly, quarterly. But whatever you do, make sure that this daily routine is moving you in the right direction. Another thing you can pick up is exercise, because exercise has a way of opening up your mind and then making you physically fit to do all the other things. Because if you are not fit, if you're not healthy enough, we will not be talking about personal development. We will not be talking about legacy. We will not be talking about business. At that point, you're not even going to be thinking about finances. You just want to be all right. Okay? So take your time and see to it that you create a system daily of routines that help you achieve these things that you have written. Now, if as you go along, you find that you are not doing well, there's a place for a review, and that's why I said weekly, monthly, quarterly, you can review, okay? It doesn't need to take 2 years to review. Quickly check, okay, I wrote XYZ. At this point, I am currently doing Y. So you get to find out, why am I not doing Z? What can I do to begin to do Z? Now, if you take care of this, most likely it's going to help you take care of that. So just like I gave an example of health, if you take care of health, it's going to ensure that you're not able to do your personal development. It will ensure that you're going to have fun and recreation, and then you can be with your family, you can grow in your business or your career, and then your social capital is going to increase. Nobody wants to always do business with somebody that is always sick. Like over half of the year you are down and ill. A lot of people will just walk away. So find daily how you can do that. One thing, two things, three things. And like I keep saying, your goals must not be like 10. In these different areas, you can just pick like 2 things and just work with them. And for example, what I do with myself, I pick like 4 areas and make them my priority. And then the others take the back seat and just follow step after step. So if carrying the whole 9 is going to stress you, maybe because this is the first time you're doing it, it's not an issue. Take your time. But whatever it is, make sure your goals are smart. And that I will see you succeed at the end of the year. Yeah? So have a fantastic new year. And do not forget, call your friends. Let them also grow like that, like the way you are growing. Let them subscribe and let them like this video. Have the most beautiful year ahead.